Hello and welcome to the home of the Ghost Owl, and here we are, ready for Episode 4, Star Wars, The Old Republic, Legacy of the Sith. We're currently level 8, nearly level 9, on our way to level 10. I fully think that we can get to level 10 in this episode, and that will then complete the series of Star Wars, The Old Republic. So let's get cracking and see if we can get to level 10 in the next 30 minutes. That is the task. So far, a very enjoyable experience. The Imperial Agent, definitely one of my favourite of all the storylines, and the game itself, a very, very good storytelling adventure, one that can be played absolutely solo, but in a multiplayer environment.
The deed is done, Agent. Nemro is already contacting Imperial embassies looking to establish relations. He'll be eating out of our hands within the month. In the short term, our chemical and stimulant stockpiles will nearly double. In the long term, we're a step closer to bringing all of Hutta under Imperial control. I'll make my full report to Darth Jadis shortly. I expect he'll be very pleased with our work.
That's excellent news, sir.
Your future with Imperial intelligence looks bright, but we can discuss that face to face. Your mission is now complete. There's a shuttle waiting for you in Jaguna. It will take you to Drummond Cast. Once you've arrived on planet, report to Imperial Intelligence Headquarters in the Citadel. I'll debrief you there.
Acknowledged and understood.
Khalil, you will also report to Drummond Cast. I assume Nemro won't be surprised by your sudden disappearance.
He'll be hurt, but no one will be surprised that I left with the blade.
And he's certainly not the first employer you've walked out on. In any case, I'll expect to see both of you soon.
We're on our way.
Good. Report to the shuttle as soon as possible. Keep her out.
Okay, there we go. So look, there's a ton of experience, a bunch of dark side points, influence gain with Calio, some new boots, and some credits as well. And there we go. Level 9, ladies and gentlemen. Level 9. We are now very close to completing the series here on Star Wars, The Old Republic. So let's get going, and we're going to the Jaguna space port. But just like any other MMO, you know, while this one in particular does play incredibly well from a solo point of view, in that you can, it does certainly encourage you to play all the different classes. All the stories are different, although the locations are the same. The stories are different. You go to different areas of the different worlds, so you can play through on your own again and again and again, different story, and it's fantastic with the different classes. But on top of that, there is all the usual MMO things. There's PvP, there's guilds, you know, there's group content as well, and there's end game content. Though I should say the end game content, I would say, is probably well, not probably, in my opinion, is not as good as what you will find on World of Warcraft or Guild Wars 2.
How bad is very bad? You told me the real blade was far away. What's he found out? I appreciate the advice.
Okay, we need to intercept the Red Blade, whose identity we have actually stolen. There we go. We can see the green area of our story area. And there's the Red Blade.
So, you're the one who killed my men. The pretender who wants to be the Blade.
I'm no pretender. I earned my name.
You think this is a joke? I'm the Red Blade, you worm. The real Red Blade. And you've got one chance to explain yourself before I burn a hole through your head.
Hard to
Dark
explain
side
myself
choice.
to a dead man.
You're a piece of work, but you're not leaving here alive.
Come on out, I'll show you my gun.
So what you can see there is we actually engaged in such heavy combat that we actually used all our energy bar and we couldn't use some of our abilities. So that's a point to note, is you can't just keep shooting endlessly with your most powerful abilities. There we go. Bunch of credits. Look at that. Big bunch of experience and a very nice sniper rifle there. It's up and down, but it's got a color crystal in it. Some item modification slots as well. So let's accept that. Okay, we can equip this. Now, if you see here, it says modify is control and right click. So if you do that, you can see that we also picked up a lethal mod. So you can put that and you can actually modify the weapon. So permanently bind mod 3. So you do that and you can see we've actually put a modification in the weapon to improve it. We've got a better barrel on there, but we can enhance. There's tuning. And you can actually change the color crystals. So the actual laser blasts that come out of it will be a different color. So there you go. So, and you can see with the dots down here where your enhancements to the weapon is. So you can see here is if I did this, I'd get +4 critical rating, +1 endurance. Now you have to be careful is the arrow is up because of the rating, but because it's a blue weapon with modifications, it's actually better, and you can see that when you look at the key stats. Okay, right, let's keep going. And that nearly took us to level 10, just that alone. So let's see how we get on here. What is that one? Oh, that's item modification to Hutter. So actually there's an item modification thing that we need to go and do. So it's not totally out. It's a little bit out of our way, but it is actually something that you should do. And it's actually something that you would do as a new player. So that's what we're going to do, which is the item modification part of the quest. So you've got a little green flashing thing here. And as you can see, there's a lore object like so. There you go, and that's going to give us another piece. So that was actually worth doing. We accept that, and we come here, and then we control right click, and we've got another piece to enhance our weapon. And you can see it's now even more enhanced with another 4 endurance, 2 power, and 6 critical rating. And yet it still shows us as having the higher rating but green weapon as something we should change. That's based upon rating only. Okay, so let's get going. We're now going to leave Hutter. So this is the starter world. Now, you could easily have got well beyond level 10 by doing all the side quests that we ignored. There is no need to do that, but there are a whole bunch of side quests you can do here to level up more on this planet, should you wish. Okay, making our way to the shuttle to the Imperial fleet. There we go, there's the shuttle. And up we go. So the Imperial fleet is where we're going. Nice little animation. Pretty cool. There's the Imperial fleet with a station.
All right, make me look good.
Okay, and there you go. We get to complete and accept this. We get to select a Calio Underworld outfit. So I wonder if we can preview. So we've got an Underworld, a Street, and a Civilian. Doesn't look like we can preview. No. Item cannot be previewed. Okay, so the item cannot be previewed. So what do we want? We can choose an Underworld, a Street, or a Civilian. I think I'm going to go with Underworld. There we go. And there we go. And now we can companion. And now we should be able to equip that. So that's Calio's jacket, and she's now got the Underworld stuff, and that's how she looks. Okay, so there you go. There's our companion. And we are so close now to leveling to level 10 just by coming here. Right, there's an elevator. Main level. So essentially we're now on the space station of the Imperial fleet. This is kind of like your capital city hub in a way. There's all sorts of stuff here. Profession things and like a bank, mail. These are sort of bank slots here. Sith warrior turbo lift in there. Yeah, all sorts of stuff here. All sorts. Bartender. We want to go down this way. So we're looking for the space dock that's going to take us to Drummond Cass. There you go. So you can see that says take us to Drummond Cass departures. This is because we don't have a ship of our own, so we're relying on the shuttles to take us between worlds. But once you've got your own ship, and you will get your own ship, then you will be able to travel yourself to worlds directly. That's pretty cool. I mean, look at the sense of scale. That does look like one ginormous hangar. You can see the ships. I mean, this is just typical Star Wars here. It does look incredibly good. Okay, and Drummond Cass Spaceport, and off we go. And here we are. We need to check in at the arrivals console. Customs droids here. You can see there's a player. That's essentially the mounts. The mounts are sort of jet bikey type things, but you can also get monsters and stuff and things to ride in that way. Right, here's a customs terminal. Customs terminal's glowing, so we know that's where we've got to check in.
Surprises me how clean you people keep your spaceports. If this were Hutta, I'd be scraping alien gunk off my boots. Of course, if this were Hutta, I couldn't be thrown into prison for spitting the wrong way. So come on, Agent. You're going to welcome me here to the Imperial homeworld?
I'm surprised you've never been here before.
I avoid Imperial space. I want to die in a cantina fight, not ticking off some bureaucrat. Anyway, let's head down to the city. Keeper wanted us to see the Citadel. I'm guessing it won't be hard to find.
Time to move, then.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Travel to Cass City. There we go, Drummond Cass Spaceport. Out we go. So I'm using the purple icon on the mini-map. That is definitely the best way to work out how you move around. But once you've played the game enough, you'll see that a lot of things like spaceports and certain things have a familiar format in terms of where things are. So we come out of here, and there we go, just as we come out the spaceport, and we make it to level 10. We've got a couple more abilities there, but you know, the main thing is we've got to level 10. So that's the episode complete. In terms of time, it took about the same time as Guild Wars 2, a little bit shorter than World of Warcraft. So that completes episode 4, leveling an Imperial Agent from 1 to 10 in Star Wars: The Old Republic Legacy of the Sith. And as we look back across the 3 series, I can certainly say all 3 games are playable. All 3 games are good, but in their own way. World of Warcraft, there's just that allure with the IP. The raiding and dungeon content is excellent. Plus, you've got the opportunity. Do you want to play it in the classic way and go back and play those old expansions for those people that have that desire to play in a different time? Or you can play World of Warcraft as it is today, and it's about to get a new expansion, so it continues to evolve and develop, and you know, continues to be a good game. It's then a personal choice. Do you like where the game is today? Do you like where the game was? Or do you want to play something different? Guild Wars 2, overall, I definitely think is the best game overall out of the 3. It's graphically the best. There's a level of complexity there, which makes it very deep. It's got great lore, great storytelling, and there's so much to the game and so much to do in the game from the world PvP. But you've got all the normal things you get from MMO, but you've also got all the puzzle stuff, right? So you've got things like jumping puzzles and all these sort of games and roller beetle racing, and the mounts do certain things and everything else. So overall, definitely Guild Wars 2 is the deepest, but does struggle from the fact it is quite complex, and I think is quite hard for a new player to get into, and really does need a friend or someone to hold your hand as you go through and learn how the abilities work and interact. In terms of Star Wars: The Old Republic, a great game, a great MMO game that you can play solo. In fact, it almost plays best in its solo form as you level your character and go through the story. The storytelling is excellent. The voice acting is excellent. It's a familiar MMO style format. But I do really think, in terms of the fact that you can go through, you can play the same class with different specializations each time, and there's different story endings for each class as well, and that also then applies onto the Republic side. So you know, you've got different story endings for 4 classes on Sith, 4 classes on Republic. I don't know how many story endings that is, but I don't know how many there is for each class. I think there's like even 4 or 5 different story endings. So you know, that's incredibly good. I think the one thing that it does lack is that sort of group end game content just isn't as good as the other games. But there's still guilds, there's still PvP, there's still role playing, and there's still a whole bunch of stuff that goes on in the game in terms of that longevity piece. It has just had a brand new expansion, right? So this game continues to be well supported. Guild Wars 2 just had a brand new expansion. So these games might be old, but 2 of them have just had a brand new expansion. World of Warcraft's about to get its brand new expansion with the Dragonflight. So these games have plenty of life left in them, and they all have a free-to-play element, as in you can at least play some of the game free-to-play, some more than others. But you know, all of them, there's a chance to jump in for free, download the game, play it, and see if you wish to continue. There you go. That's it. That's my summary of all 3 as we've completed episode 4 of Star Wars: The Old Republic. Coming up next, what is coming up next? Well, we're going to be doing a whole bunch of games now in their single player form, and we're going to be just doing either the tutorial or the first level of that game, just to give people a flavour. So plenty more to come in those sort of early game stages. that we'll be putting on YouTube. And if you wish to see me playing more of Star Wars: The Old Republic with the characters Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft, or World of Tanks, then you can find me live streaming on Twitch, which is _Ghost Owl. So I look forward to seeing some of you there and having some good live interaction discussion and playing some of these games live with you. Thanks all for watching. If you liked the content, if you liked the series of videos, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. If you didn't like it, you give me that thumbs down. Please also let me know why in the comments below, because I do want to improve all the content that we put out there. So if you tell me why you didn't like it, then we can look to improve in the future, as long as it's not a personal opinion on the game, because that is exactly that, a personal opinion. And again, if you like the content and you want to see more, please click the subscribe button. It does massively help us out. It's free for you to do, but it's a big deal for us. So thank you for that in advance, and have a good rest of your day. You've been watching The Ghost Owl, and that is us for episode 4, Star Wars: The Old Republic.